Tell us about how is the mountain bike scene in South Africa? How do you define it?
South African scene's really cool actually. It's definitely more of a cross-country vibe down here, like that's the biggest one. But if you look a little deeper, there's definitely some awesome little communities like the Trails crew here at Hell's End, and those guys are digging wicked jumps all over Cape Town and hosting little dirt jump events. There's a strong little crew actually. I guess they're not a world famous one, but if you come here, there's loads of guys and they're awesome.
How did you come up with the darkFEST concept?
The darkFEST originally comes from me and Matt MacDuff. We did, it was Pure Darkness originally. We just actually came to South Africa just because there was a farm here and we wanted to come hang out and we could build a massive jump, and that's what we did. And people kind of liked it, and at a similar time the FEST series was being born, and we kind of joined forces, realised we were doing the same thing, and made darkFEST.
Stellenbosch is receiving this email for the second time. Why this destination? Why this location?
The destination, just because look how amazing it is. It's epic weather, it's boiling hot, and a nice change from Europe in February, that's for sure. And yeah, definitely doesn't hurt anyone that it's in a beautiful wine farm down here, eh? It's a nice place to be.
How do you guys define what to build this year? How is the creative process?
The creative process is super fun actually. We just kind of walk around for a few days. I came here back in December just to really decide what to build, and you get to walk through all the bushes and kind of point at stuff and try and imagine the dream line, and then find out what's allowed from all the nature conservation people, and then book all the machines in, book the drivers, and then come and try and make your dreams come a reality.
How is it working with Nico and Clemens on this course?
Yeah, working with Nico and Clemens is unbelievable. Like, I definitely wouldn't even have half a course if it weren't for them, that's for sure. They can drive the machine so quickly and finish it so precise that the handwork that we have to do afterwards is, well, minimal compared to what would happen if it was just me. So yeah, without those guys I wouldn't have a course at all. They're truly amazing.
There's a huge camaraderie between all the guys here, and you work a lot as a team, not just as riders but builders. Do you think this environment is, you don't find it in other sports?
No, actually, I find other sports weird that people don't like each other. You know, mountain biking is just a good time. Like, everyone I invite is just because they're my friend and I want to build some good jumps and I want to show them a good time, and I want to ride the jumps with them and hang out, you know. And the more happy you are and hanging out with your friends, like, you want to impress each other, and you want to, if your friend does something good, then that makes you extra hyped and you kind of feed off each other and end up having the best time ever. And that's what darkFEST is all about, really. We're like a team creating one big video or photos at the end, and there's a small contest kind of like, but we vote for each other, and there's never anyone complaining about the results, which is the cool thing about being friend judge, you know. And if you do win something, it means so much more than being judged by official judges that your friends thought that you're the best.
What's new on this year for darkFEST?
What's new? So we went down the whole course and we tweaked and improved and made stuff bigger and better than last year, because we'd learned obviously from the whole last event, and we knew a few things which weren't quite perfect, so we've tweaked those, and I think they look a lot better. I mean, I can't tell you because I killed myself on the last jump, but then yeah, we do have the last jump, which is massive and really progressive in mountain biking, and the biggest trick jump I've ever seen. And yeah, I wish I was out there riding it with everyone, but it's cool to see it being shredded, and it's amazing to watch.
The circuit is getting bigger and bigger, and also the ramps. Do you think there's a limit for ramp size? And if yes, are we close?
Right now, it feels like we're close to the limit, but that's just because we haven't completely dialed in this level, you know. Once, well, 5 years ago, everyone thought that was as big as you could go, and now we think this is as big as we can go. But I know once we've dialed out everything and tweaked a few little things, and we've completely completed it and learned everything there is, then we can then go up to the next level again. And I think that it's probably going to go on forever.
Last question is about your injury. So you injured yourself on the last day testing the course.
Yep.
How is it to have to watch everything from the sideline.
Yeah, so managed to test everything all the way down to the last jump. That was the new one that we're building, and we really wanted to make a big one there. And unfortunately, we made it just a little too big. I came up short, ended up breaking my wrist. So before everyone else arrived, we actually just moved it in. Actually, when I was in surgery, the guys moved it in and tested it again. And yeah, now it's a bit safer, a bit better, and it's bittersweet. It's amazing. Oh, it sucks not to ride it with everyone because it looks amazing, but it's so cool to watch everyone shred it, and I get to enjoy it just from a different place rather than riding it myself. I get to just enjoy the vibe and enjoy that everyone else is having a good time.
When can we expect Sam back?
I don't know. Doctor says 2 to 3 months, so we'll try and get that as close to 2 as possible.
Tell us about how is the mountain biking scene in South Africa? How do you define that experience?
Like it's my 3rd year I'm here, and I really think like there's a good. It seems like there's a super good scene. Like I knew of Greg Minnaar in the past from Racing World Cups and Andrew Needling and a couple of other guys, so I knew there's like stuff happening here. But like even this place, like the Health and Dirt compound and Stellum, like near Stellenbosch, there's a bunch of trails and people are nice, and it seems like there's a lot of people mountain biking and there's a good scene. The dirt's nice, and yeah, scenery's epic, the weather's nice, so yeah, there's a good scene.
How do you guys define what to build year after year? What's the creative process?
Like mostly, I guess we got like a couple of ideas in mind what we want to build, and then we look at the terrain and just like look at what we can fit into this location and mountain. And this location was perfect because we fitted in everything we could think of so far.
How is it working with Sam and Clemens?
Good. Yeah, they know what they're doing. Like no, it's cool working with Sam and Clemens. Like I'm honored to be a part of the crew. And Sam, yeah, has a good vision, is a super good rider. And then Clemens is the same. He's a super good rider, good vision, one of the best builders or like I've ever came across. So yeah, I'm proud to be on that crew.
What's the biggest difficulties that you face when you're trying to build the course like this?
I guess like judging speeds and how big, how far we'll go, and just like, yeah, trying to judge that.
Working as a team, and I think the spirit of darkFEST is all about the team.
Yeah.
So you can feel that vibe, that positive energy between everybody. Everybody is friendly.
Yeah.
Do you think that's very specific to mountain biking? Because I don't see this in other sports. How do you see it?
I don't got a lot of experience with other sports and mountain biking. I do have a background of like BMX riding, where it's similar, maybe skateboarding where I see it, like, but it's really a good feel to have that positive energy and like-minded people wanting the same thing. So yeah, I don't know if it's a mountain biking only thing, but I like it.
Feeling.
It's a good vibe, yeah, I love it.
After all the time you spent building the course, how did you feel when you ride it for the first time, like the whole line?
Like the top to the step up is similar to last year, so that was like, I was comfortable, a bit scared, but okay with trying that again. The last jump scared me quite a bit because it's hard to judge and the speed's different sometimes. So that one was a bit of a, how you say, like a big step for me to just like quit, like how do you say, block my fear and suppress my fear and just go for it. So it took me like 2 sessions or 3 sessions, but now I hit it and it's actually fine, like usually, but yeah, it's scary sometimes.
So the circuit is getting bigger and bigger, and the ramps as well in terms of size. Do you think the limits for ramp size it's already there, or there's still room for improvement?
There's definitely room for improvement. I can see things getting bigger every other year, and every other year we're learning more, we're understanding things better. We start over next year with the experience from this year and the 2 previous years, or like it's been like 5-6 years that I've been doing this now, and I'm still learning every year. And like teaming up with Clemens and Sam, they got different visions, and like, yeah, we feed off each other, and so it's yeah, I think there's definitely, it's gonna get better.
What do you think about the mountain bike scene here in South Africa?
You know, I think the mountain bike scene here is growing. It's not the biggest scene I've ever seen, but it's definitely growing every year. It's so beautiful out here, and it's such a tourist destination, and mountain biking seems to be exploding with the general public. So I think that, you know, in a couple of years, it's going to be a really strong, healthy scene here for sure.
Tell us a little bit about your experience in darkFEST, because you've been in every edition.
Yeah, so I'm super fortunate. You know, I was really good friends with Sam 5 years ago, and we did Pure Darkness together, which was a film project. And you know, I've just been lucky enough to be here with Sam and Ryan, and as they kind of grew their vision from the film project into an event, and it's been quite spectacular to see, man, and I feel super blessed.
What do you think about their skills to build? Nico, Sam and Clemens.
I mean, Clemens to me is the best builder in the world. I think he's the most valuable player when it comes to building jumps. In terms of skills, I mean, he's so well-rounded. Machine operator, tools, welding, wood, and even design. You know, he's definitely a top dog, and with the team, Reynolds and Nico, I think it doesn't get any better than that.
There seems to be like a tradition regarding the haircuts in darkFEST, and I think you started it.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. So it all began. It all began when I think we were here for the second year, and we built a massive setup, and we didn't feel gnarly enough. So we were like, what is the gnarliest hair that we could have? So that's where the haircuts started. So we got gnarly jumps for gnarly haircuts so we could hang with the jumps. And yeah, it's been pretty cool to see that grow. And it's pretty awesome to cut all these guys' hair. I love it. I love it.
Is the haircut also part of the camaraderie between everybody? Because there's a special energy here.
It's a team building thing for sure. Like when you get out there, it's really gnarly. It's like battle, you know? So when we go out there with our haircuts, we're like a big team, and it's awesome.
What's the big differences from last year to this year for you in terms of the course, and what can we expect?
Well, you know, last year it was my 5th time riding a downhill bike here. I knew nothing about the bikes. I knew nothing about really how to ride them. So this year, for me, the biggest difference is just being more familiar on my bike, knowing how to set it up properly, and you know, feeling a little bit more grounded and experienced out there. It's nice, a little more, enjoying the airtime more this year. That's the biggest difference for me.
The last jump, the last part of the course.
The rocket launcher.
The rocket launcher.
I think it's pretty awesome. I think we need more rocket launchers at darkFEST.
Do you think we are reaching a peak in terms of height, or can we still move and ground break?
I think that we're just scratching the surface, but in terms of our resources for this project, I think that we're pushing the limits for sure. And we're still doing it safely, and we're respecting life, because we all want to live. But I think a distracted mind is your worst enemy out there. You know, you got to be present in the moment, and if you're not thinking about what's going on in front of you, if you've got a distracted mind, that's going to be your worst enemy, and that's going to take you down for sure.
And in terms of the weather conditions,
well, obviously the wind is a terrible, terrible thing with jumps this size. You know, rain, fog, anything really. It needs to be a perfect, still, sunny day.
So, Clemens, tell us a little bit about what's your view on the mountain bike scene here in South Africa?
Well, the view on the mountain bike scene here in South Africa. That's well, there's like so many guys here. That's really nice to hang out. Like I didn't know there was such a big scene here around Cape Town. And when we first started building, every day there was so many people coming by to hang out and see the progress and drink a few beers with us. I was really surprised, so I like the scene here a lot. It's just many really good dudes.
How do you define it? Because there was a big improvement from last year to this year. What was the creative process behind it for the building?
Well, last year the line already turned out to be really good, and we just had a few things we wanted to change a little bit, and then we wanted to add on like a standout, really nice trick jump for the end of the line. And the big improvement from last year to this year was we just fine adjusted the course that we already had. That was already really good. We knew just a few tweaks to do and to make it really spot on. And we added on another standout jump with a sick backdrop and with the biggest airtime I think mountain bike scene has ever seen.
How is it working with Nico?
Working with Nico and Sam is just amazing. You know, we just add on to each other perfectly, and you know, everyone has his own way to do things, and everyone is specialized in something different. Like Nico, for example, he's just the best when it comes to like twisted things and like playful jumps, while I'm more specialized for takeoffs. So I think we just got the best team, and you know, Sam is one of the best guys to know if a jump's gonna be good or not and where to put it. And yeah, that's the ultimate build trial.
How do you see, like, after you build everything, what is the sensation, the pleasure of riding a course that you built or you helped building?
Yeah, I was especially really keen for all the sessions because we put so many hours in the course, and this course is so unique because every jump is completely different. There's not two jumps that are similar, so every jump, one is long, one is a hip, one is just like boosting high, one is more safe, one is just like the craziest thing you've ever seen. Is probably the last one. We go off the lip so fucking high. So doing a top to bottom, like at the bottom you scream because you're so happy, like it's amazing. It's like one never felt anything like that.
That you found here when you were working on the building process?
You mean the biggest difficult, like how to build the jumps?
Yeah, like the main was the land or rocks or weather.
Oh,
or the steep.
To be honest, working here on this property is the best thing I've ever worked on. The property is just so nice, and opposite to Europe, where normally you got like a good layer of dirt on top and then there's rocks or mountain or it's even solid. Here it's the opposite. You got like a layer of okay dirt, and then doesn't matter how deep you dig, it's the best stuff ever. So here this was for us the best venue. Like there was no venue like this. There's nothing in the world like this.
What is so special about darkFEST? Because you can find a special vibe here between everybody and the people. What is that magic spot?
I think the specialty here is everyone is so hyped about mountain bike riding, and it's all about good vibes, and everyone that comes here brings and adds on. You know, it's the temperature, the views, the country, the bit of everything. Escape the European winter. It's just nothing but good times.
And what about, like, every year it seems like the jumps are getting bigger and bigger, and airtime as well. Do you think we are reaching a limit, or can we still go even more further?
Well, I already thought last year we are reaching a limit, but we built a new jump down there, and I think we pushed the boundaries. We had airtime that I've never seen anything like that, and it's pretty damn sick.